Well, welcome to the yogurt making workshop. You'll be with me, Gilbert Gaston Charles, a clinical nutritionist and dietitian. Have you ever thought of making yogurt as your entrepreneurship business? Well, let's go through this. What is yogurt? Yogurt is a dairy product made by fermenting milk using one or more bacteria, and of course, it is produced using a culture of Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus bacteria. Historians believe yogurt originated during the Neolithic period, anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 years ago. Well, historically, that's how historians think about yogurt. So, what happens in yogurt making? And we already heard about this Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Thermophilus, but what happens in yogurt making actually? The bacteria in milk ferment the lactose sugar to lactic acid, resulting in coagulation at a pH of 4.6. However, raw milk contains various microorganisms that may utilize the lactose and form what we call a wild yogurt. And this is what the wild yogurt is mostly made at our local homes, especially when you come to Tanzania and maybe in any other places, actually according to experience in some other places in Africa and maybe some other indigenous places. But also you can find the yogurt making process does not actually involve the two bacteria that we talked about, and most of the people they just prefer a wild yogurt, but that is not safe. That is not safe at all. So it is important to do pasteurization to be sure with the bacteria that has fermented the milk. So when you're not sure with the bacteria that has fermented the milk, it is more likely that you can suffer from any other diseases like tuberculosis and some other diseases caused by microorganisms. So it is very important to be sure with the bacteria that has fermented, if it's the Lactobacillus bulgaricus or the Thermophilus, you are at a safe side and you will know what has caused the problem even after having your yogurt. So the quality of milk for yogurt making, because we really need to have what is the quality of this milk. Number one should be fresh and wholesome, direct from a cow. Should be direct from a cow and very fresh milk. And also should be number two, clean and filtered using a clean white cloth, which should not be with external aroma and color. This is just for more food safety issues. And here I'm talking about a workshop on just at home, of course. And also, number three should not come from a sick or untreated animal. Yeah, if the cow is sick or untreated, it is more likely that you can have some other more microorganisms in the milk. So it is very, very important to make sure that the cow has been treated and is not sick. Yeah. Number four should not come in contact with equipment washed with powder soap. Of course, we are actually going to destroy the aroma and so many stuffs here. Should not be altered by adding water. Most of the commercial people, they tend to add water in milk, and this actually, if someone buys milk just to make yogurt, it is more likely that the yogurt will not be convenient, of course, because there is some added water, so you're actually altering the quality of the milk that should be used for yogurt making. Well, so what are the materials that we really need for yogurt making? The stirrer for stirring milk during pasteurization, thermometer, and sulfuria, or the aluminum sulfuria, and also filters, gallons, the starter culture, and the ready-made starter culture such as Asas milk. So just like that. Hello, if anybody from Asas milk is listening, we also use your milk to the Asas yogurt actually as a starter culture for yogurt making. Yeah. Well, what are the procedures now? You filter the milk. That is the first important procedure. Without doing this, it is more likely that we can have some other more impurities in our yogurt. Number two, you pasteurize the milk. This is by heating the milk while stirring up to 80 degrees Celsius. This is why you need a thermometer. Up to 80 degrees Celsius, then cool up to 45 degrees Celsius. So you heat up while stirring, and you'll have to cool the milk after it reaches 80 degrees Celsius, so you have to cool it up to 45 degrees Celsius. Then inoculate your starter culture. If you're using a backsloping method, use 2% per 1 liter inoculation. Number four, stirring the milk to get an excellent mixture of your starter culture and the milk that you want to ferment. Yeah. So, number five, incubation, at 25 to 30 degrees Celsius room temperature, of course, at a range of 24 hours time range. So you keep the milk at a safe area with that range of temperatures. That's room temperature, of course. On the next 24 hours, assess the texture, color, taste, acidity, and viscosity of the yogurt that you found. So this will be like in the next day. We are very pretty sure that if the milk was not altered by addition of water, it is more likely that we're going to have a very, very, very good yogurt. Of course, in terms of texture, color, taste, acidity, and the viscosity of the yogurt. Then stirring up the curd to get the perfect yogurt. You stir up the curd. This is the coagulated now, the coagulated milk. You stir it up and making sure that you get a smooth viscosity. Yeah, and the consistency, actually the consistency of the yogurt. So let's get some pictorial representations of one of the experiments that we did at the laboratory, like here. So the first place was filtering and making sure that we are having a filtered and safe milk for yogurt making. This is when you do it at home, remember? So this was after pasteurizing up to 80 degrees Celsius, then cooling up the milk up to 45 degrees Celsius, and this 45 degrees Celsius is essential for inoculation of the Lactobacillus bulgaricus. So you can see at the picture holding the thermometer and stirring with the clean vessels, and that is the sophoria. So inoculation by backsloping method, this is by using a ready-made yogurt like the Asas yogurt, and then leaving it for 24 hours. So you well mixed with the milk here, ready for getting our yogurt in the net. So the results after the 24 hours, here they are. We have a very, very, very perfect yogurt. Yeah, this is very good. The taste, the color, the texture, the acidity, and the viscosity are all assessed here. Yeah. So you assess, you see the taste. How does it taste? How does it smell? What's the color? What's the viscosity? So all that. What more can you do for your yogurt up to this stage? Do you want it a plain yogurt, a flavored yogurt? So what more can you do? You can make it flavored, pack it up if you have special packages, then store in less than 7 degrees Celsius. That will be better, so as to avoid further fermentation, and this will help even the acidity to remain constant. And also register your business. Make sure that your business is registered, and you will be a yogurt businessman. Yeah, so you can be supplying yogurt at your street just by following these steps. They're not actually hard, but you need some kind of a very good practice to have a perfect yogurt. Well, health benefits of yogurt include the nutrients. Number one, yogurt is rich in potassium, protein, calcium, and actually here in calcium, it is one of the best sources of calcium, zinc, iodine, phosphorus, and vitamin, especially B1 and B12. Yeah. Lactose intolerance. So, for this is an alternative to those suffering from lactose intolerance. Yogurt has a low lactose content. Remember, the lactose has been fermented by the lactose fermenting bacteria, the Lactobacillus bulgaricus and the Thermophilus. So, for a person with lactose intolerance, will likely find it more tolerable than milk. Yeah. It also contains bacteria that aid digestion. We are actually talking about the gut microbiota. So, you're actually improving the functioning of your alimentary canal. And also in probiotics. Probiotics are a type of healthy bacteria that benefit the gut. This is what I was talking about. They help regulate the digestive system and decrease gas, diarrhea, constipation, and bloating. Well, we'll talk about that some other time. What are the sources of errors in these as you do this, creating up your yogurt? The starter culture, if has expired or is attacked by a virus known as bacteriophage, that's a source of error. You may not have the perfect kind of yogurt that you really need. Milk has come from a sick animal with under treatment, and the antibiotics may result to contamination and make the yogurt unsafe for consumption, or may kill the fermenting bacteria, resulting to no yogurt formation. So you find no results at all. Also, if the equipment have been washed by powder soap, you must also alter the results of having a perfect yogurt. And also the inappropriate incubation temperature. If you incubate at a wrong temperature, it is more likely that we are not going to have the perfect kind of yogurt that we really need. Well, thank you very much for listening to this yogurt workshop by Gilbert Gaston Charles, and here are my contacts. You can actually contact me 0766 49 73 43 or 0778 62 74 42, 06 79 89 73 43. Well, the country code is +255. That's for Tanzania. You can also email me at gilbertgaston25@gmail.com. You can also check me up at Instagram, Dietitian Giga, Facebook, Gilbert Gaston Charles, Twitter, Gilbert Gaston 5, LinkedIn, Gilbert Charles, and Quora, Gilbert Gaston. Thank you very much and have a blissful moment. See you next time.